Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something we have all experienced, mastering the art of the conversational cliffhanger. Have you ever had an absolutely incredible piece of news to share, but the timing was just entirely wrong? Well, let's explore how to gracefully delay a story using really natural phrases that build connection with your friends rather than causing frustration.
Okay, picture this. You run into a good friend, or maybe you're sitting next to a coworker right before a massive meeting. You have the juiciest story to tell them, but literally only 30 seconds before the boss walks in. You just can't do the story justice in that short amount of time, right? But keeping it to yourself? No way. So what do you actually do?
That brings us to Section 1, the art of the tease.
The core philosophy here really boils down to this concept of bookmarking. Think about it just like putting a physical pin or a bookmark in a novel so you know exactly where to pick it back up. In a conversation, you're essentially reserving a spot in your friend's mind. You're letting them know, hey, a fun little gift is waiting for you when we actually have time to sit down and chat.
I love to think of big news like a meal. If a story is truly great, you don't want to just cram it into a chaotic, rushed moment. Instead, you give your friend a tiny taste, a little appetizer, to get them hooked. Then, you intentionally hold back the full meal, saving all those juicy main details for when you both actually have the space to really enjoy it.
Moving on to Section 2, phrases for close friends.
So let's look at the exact natural phrases you'll want to use, prioritizing those tight, close circles of friends. Imagine bumping into your best friend. First, you drop the tease. Oh my gosh, I just walked into the grocery store and saw my high school ex, and wow, it was a messy breakup. Obviously, they're going to want to know everything. But then, you hit them with the cliffhanger, I'll fill you in later. Boom, you cut the story off right there.
I'll fill you in later is honestly the perfect tool for this exact situation. The phrase fill you in is an incredibly natural idiom for native speakers. It sounds just a little bit gossipy and perfectly informal. It basically tells your friend, look, I've got the inside scoop and I promise I'll share it all with you soon.
Another fantastic variation for your close friends is simply, I'll tell you the details later, or even, I'll explain later. Using these phrases puts you in this really fun position of holding a secret, and it genuinely gives your friend a little thrill knowing that something exciting is on the horizon.
But what if you aren't talking to your absolute best friend? If you're in a professional setting, or you just want a slightly more polished tone, you can try, I'll tell you more shortly. Just adding that word shortly totally elevates the phrase. It kind of channels a very polite British friend, you know? It's completely respectful, but it still works perfectly as an effective bookmark.
All right, Section 3, the TV show vibe.
Because sometimes, standard conversational English just isn't enough to capture the sheer, dramatic energy of your story. When you have something truly wild to share, you might want to mirror the fun, over-the-top suspense of a sitcom. Doing this turns a simple conversation delay into a really memorable inside joke.
Our first dramatic phrase here is stay tuned. This one immediately brings to mind those old kids' cartoons announcing a commercial break, right? Telling a friend to stay tuned playfully signals to them, hey, don't change the channel, the absolute best part is coming up next.
And for maximum drama, you can pull out the classic, to be continued. It's such a nostalgic callback to those huge 90s sitcom finales. Think of shows like Friends, where a massive secret drops right before the credits roll. The human mind is literally wired to love unresolved loops, which makes this specific delay highly entertaining. Let's bring back that grocery store ex for a second. You give your friend a tiny bit more of the appetizer, right? You say, he walks right up to me in the produce aisle and says, I broke his heart. Your friend completely gasps, and right then, you just tap your watch and go, oh, look at the time, to be continued. I mean, it is the ultimate fun exit.
Which brings us to Section 4, the golden rule of suspense. Now, before you go leaving everyone hanging, you absolutely have to remember this golden rule. You must separate the good delays from the bad ones. Good delays are for light, fun things. We're talking fun secrets, mild gossip, or happy surprises. Bad delays are for heavy news. It is incredibly cruel to tell a friend on a Friday afternoon, hey, I have some bad news, but I'll tell you on Monday. Seriously, never leave someone anxious all weekend like that.
So if there's even a slight chance your cliffhanger might accidentally cause them to worry, you need an anchor. You just add this. Oh, it's nothing bad, don't worry. If you're waiting on details, or honestly, if your friend is just naturally a bit of an anxious person, this quick little disclaimer is a crucial courtesy. It instantly assures them that the world isn't crashing down. It really just comes down to this. Mystery makes life interesting, but anxiety definitely does not. Being the person holding a fun secret is a super playful connection skill. It gives your friends something awesome to look forward to, but it only works when you are fiercely protective of their feelings at the same time.
So, what conversational cliffhanger are you going to leave your friends with today? Will you keep it casual and just say you'll fill them in later? Or are you going to turn up the drama with a full-on to be continued? The very next time you have a great story, ask yourself, is this just a moment to share information, or is this a golden opportunity to build some suspense and make a friend genuinely excited to hear my voice again? Thanks for exploring this explainer with me.
Got it! What's up? Catch up! Aha!